Welcome back to Reality Court. I'm Ace Fanning, host of the Sister Wives podcast, Love Should Be Multiplied, Not Divided, where everything is just fucking falling apart over there. With my partner in crime, Anna Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami, but always a Real Housewife to me, and host of the True Crime podcast, Dial M for Miami. And we are joined once again by the beautiful, bodacious, sexy, funny comedian, writer, host of the Just Saying podcast, Justin Martindale. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Hello, guys. Good to be back.
Oh, we're
Can we talk
glad
about
that.
that
Yeah,
hair?
your hair's looking great.
His hair is great.
Well, this is just morning hair. Thank you.
Did you have a hair transplant?
No, I have
wow.
not had that. Thank
I
you. I don't think you could just ask people if they had a hair transplant. My God. Welcome to the show. Is your hair fake?
If I had a hair
That's
transplant,
all I can tell you.
if I had a hair transplant, I would let everyone know.
Well, do you have hair?
I do wear a hat, but you know,
Okay.
it's not. It's falling further and further back on my head. So I've been looking into those turkey videos of trying to get a hair.
Oh, the Turkish? No,
Yeah.
this is.
My
Luckily, I have
boyfriend's son went
my hair.
and he did it and it came out great.
The problem is sometimes I feel like you can tell when someone's had a hair transplant, and then you're like, I don't want that weird wispy hair in the front.
You don't want the
think
wisp.
there's
You don't
so
want
more-
a side swept bang.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think you could
Just
get away
or
with
like
it.
curtain bangs.
Yeah. I don't think I
bangs.
could pull off bangs. I do have a big head, so maybe bangs would be good for me, but I don't know. Justin, I think you could pull off bangs for sure.
No, how dare you?
I don't think so. I mean, not that you can't pull it off, but by the way, Justin, I wanted to say, since everyone on this podcast loves Jeff Lewis, we are Jeff Lewis. I mean, he's a disciple. Ace is a Jeff Lewis disciple. And I love to be flanked by gays. So if I lived in LA, I'd be like, Jeff, define me, come pick me up. But is it true that that they're doing flipping out again? That Bravo
I've
just
heard
picked that up?
I mean, that's the rumor. I haven't. I mean, I'm doing the show Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I heard they're like doing some sort of like a flipping out 2.0,
2.0.
allegedly.
I
I don't know
haven't
if that's
texted
been
him, but I'm so
confirmed.
excited about that.
Yeah, but then they got rid of extended. Jeff Lewis extended because now they're doing like a full 2 hours starting today.
Oh shit.
So I don't know how they're doing that. So now it's going to be like the 2 guests plus the 2 extended, and they're all in the same room together, and people can now like leave, come in. Like, I don't know. I'm interested to see how that goes. Shane hasn't told me anything yet about how that's going to go, but I'm interested to see how it comes around.
I'm telling you right now, flipping out 2.0, like that's giving me reason to live again. You know, like I've missed flipping out. I enjoyed Hollywood House Lift, but to be like, the problem with Hollywood House Lift was that like we didn't get enough Jeff. You know, I'm like, I don't give a shit about celebrities. I don't care about any of that. I just care about Jeff. I love to watch him scream at people. I love to see him get mad about his El Pollo Loco order. That's what I'm here for. And so it's, you know, I'm so happy. I feel like I'm born again.
Yeah, I'm really happy. So a big congratulations to him, because and to Andy for being smart, because this is the way of Bravo now. They need to start moving away from some of the stuff that's not working and focus on things that are.
What are you thinking's not working? What are you thinking's not working?
He freaks out. I think some of the shows aren't working. Some of the housewife shows aren't working. They're getting 200,000 and 300,000 viewers.
Okay, but also
when I was in Miami, we got canceled because we only had 1.1 million viewers.
But here's the thing.
The
times have changed. We now have streaming services. We have all of that. Like, the numbers are going to be different. I think Bravo can do no wrong. Yeah. That's just how I live my life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you say
I do wish Bravo had more options,
like,
I guess, like, I don't know, just more original programming than, I mean, I can only, I'm not a Bravo holic. I can like talk about it and kind of keep up with it, but the only Bravo shows I know are like all the Housewives and then like Below Deck. That's honestly all I know. What else is
we got
there?
Southern Charm,
Southern Charm,
Summer
okay.
House, Winter
Summer
House.
Don't know
all
what
the
that is.
houses.
All the houses.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. You could take any group of people and you could call it Real Housewives, and I'm gonna watch. Now, there are some whispers happening that there is a new Housewives franchise coming. New city.
Can we guess the city?
Yes.
Can you give us hints?
Well, yeah. How about you guess?
Okay.
And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Is there like a hint? Can you give me like a, because I'm not going to just pick a city.
The hint would be,
is it a city?
It's a city. And while the city is kind of a big city, it's not in a big city place, if that makes sense.
Nashville?
Not Nashville.
Charlotte?
Midwest.
Oh.
Chicago.
Chicago.
St. Louis?
Chicago.
Is it Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
St. Louis.
Real Housewives of St.
Andy's
Louis.
from there. Andy's from there, yeah. So.
I mean, we were all so shocked when we heard Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and then look how that's turned out to be.
I know,
absolutely
that's true.
beautiful.
Piece of shit.
Shut up! It is the most beautiful television I have ever watched. Don't ever say that again.
Blasphemy.
I do like that Bronwyn woman.
I love all
She's
of
I
them.
love
fabulous.
Bronwyn. Yeah.
And how does she, like, with a straight face, say she's attracted to her husband? Can you imagine? I'm sorry, we're not supposed to body shame people, but those balls must be something special.
You know, when he's taking a shit, his balls touch the water.
Of course they touch the water.
Oh.
You guys, but that's like therapeutic for some people. That's like a sound bath for old, you know?
My God.
Like, I just
hang
want
low.
Yeah, just let them
just
teabag that toilet water. That can change someone's day. You know what I mean?
And they're rich, so they probably have the water that's kind of like
filtered,
a little bit warm, you know?
Filtered warm.
Yeah,
like,
filtered warm. Right. Maybe it's Evian, you know?
It could be like, just a bidet for your balls.
I tell my wife all the time.
He invented the Palm Pilot.
I tell my wife all the time, I'm like, listen, if it doesn't work out with you and I'm only going for money after this. So like, I would be Bronwyn, and I would tell myself that I'm attracted to that person strictly because they have money, you know? And so I think that's what Bronwyn's doing. She's like, oh, I'm attracted to his wallet.
I want to be that person. I really
think
want to be
legit.
that person.
I honestly think she's one of the realest people on there. She pays Christian Siriano for her dresses and her couture outfits.
That's right.
She's the only one that pays. And B, that moment with her daughter, where she was like, do you want to meet your biological father and all that stuff, which I thought Lisa kind of like hijacked that moment to be like, oh, she's got to go meet her real dad or whatever. And like, she was like, well, the dad died, but the grandparents want to meet her. Like, I thought that was Bronwyn's job to be the parent in that moment, but we got to see that real moment with her and her daughter. I thought that was really, really special. And that kind of made me go, I like Bronwyn.
No,
and
I
did not like her, but I think she's one of the most authentic on the show.
And she addresses things immediately. She doesn't let it stew. She's like right in the same moment. No producer has to go and tell her, hey, say something about this. And then there's Mary Cosby. Who is just, honestly, she's a national treasure and a gift from God.
Yeah.
She is from the God that she prophetizes in her mega church.
Now, I will say,
seriously.
Mary Cosby has been, it's not Mary Crosby, by the way, but, you know, get the names wrong. It's fine. It is what it is, Anna. But
it's what I do.
Mary Cosby
it's who I am.
Has always just kind of been this like alien on the show. Like we've never really understood what planet she comes from, but now
and never will.
But this season, especially last episode where she was basically kind of confronting her son and letting the audience know, hey, he's got a drug problem. And now we know that he's in rehab. I actually was like, holy shit. Like I'm here for this storyline because this is not one that a housewife has ever done that I can remember, because I feel like most of the time they try to hide this from the audience, but she was like, let's talk about it.
Well, it's crazy because that story came out like maybe a week, 2 ago, something like that. And so watching that episode, last week's episode, you see the son come out of the room, and I'm like, ooh, like I was watching it with Evan, my fiance, and I was just kind of like, oh yeah, he's like strung out. Like he's like, oh, I'm just gonna go lay down. I'm really tired. And you're like, oh, it's kind of like she knew what was going on, and like he doesn't have a job, he's not motivated, he's just living in the left wing of the house or whatever. And that's when you
That's a
can kind
scary
of see
place,
like,
that house.
ooh,
And she says
they're
like it's
showing.
his lifestyle. I'm like, she
I
said it
know.
without saying it, and that I appreciate because I didn't ever think in a million years we'd get a storyline like this from Mary Cosby. I feel like she would
I
cover
know.
everything up.
Guys,
I know.
Let's get into
his
it.
father is his great grandfather.
His
What more do you want from the kid?
grandfather. Okay, get it right.
Okay, but it's still weird.
He's not of incest, you know, which a
No,
lot
I
of people
understand
in
he's not of
Utah are
incest.
of incest. And, you know,
Mhm.
it's a family wreath in Utah. It's not a family tree.
wreath,
Just
yeah.
keeps going back around.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. We have so many people that we need to talk about, talk shit about, and, you know, hold their feet to the fire. There's a new documentary out called Anatomy of Lies. Have either of you watched it?
I've seen the cover of it on Netflix.
That's good enough. You know, honestly, you saw
Okay.
the cover, you basically know the whole story. This woman is a
Uh-huh.
writer, old writer from Grey's Anatomy. Okay. She is, you know what? And I think we can say this because she's such an awful person. She's one of the ugliest people I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, like she's just a rough look.
She really has a little Jabba the Hutt look to her. She does. She does. She does.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's not good. And here's why it's okay to say that. She goes and she fakes cancer for years to all these people. She goes and does like Vanity Fair articles about how she was at this synagogue that had a shooting, but then later we find out she was never there. She meets a woman in a psychiatric holding unit place, falls in love with her, then like basically turns into her abuser and is a piece of shit to her. Like, she is the most awful woman to have ever walked this planet.
She was so convincing. Like, in order to be really convincing about her fake cancer, she would take vomit breaks.
Yeah. She'd be like, oh, I gotta go. Or someone would come in and they would say like, oh, they could make references to shooting and not just like, oh, I'm gonna shoot you. It was like, that's a bang up job or something like that. She's like, oh, stop! Right. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. She is.
Could she say like I'm triggered, or is that too much?
No, she's triggered by triggered.
Okay. Yeah, triggered by triggered.
Yeah. I mean, who cannot find this woman guilty?
She's obviously guilty of everything. Okay. But it's like, why? Why would you do this? And again, like, she's just so unfortunate. Like, I would be so much more forgiving. You know, like there's that woman Scamanda, and she's a lot better looking than Elizabeth Finch.
I like Scamanda too.
You know, it's, you know, is she a piece of shit as well? Yes, but it's like I can be more forgiving if you're a little bit easier to look at.
But is this is she on trial for anything or what?
That's a great question. Did I get to that part of the documentary? No.
How many episodes is it? Is it like 8? I can't do
Justin
8. Like
trying to be like,
no, I think it was like 3, but they were like 3 1 hours, like a full hour, not 42 minutes.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I'll just get angry if it's like 7. I'm like, how much shit did this woman do?
No, I think it's 3 total. You have to watch it.
Okay.
It's insane.
Okay.
I mean, I just told you everything, but you got to watch it for yourself. And like, she's the one. Do you remember the Grey's Anatomy episode where all of the women line the hallway because there's a woman who was raped and she doesn't want any men around? It's a super powerful episode of Grey's Anatomy, and like everyone talked about it. It was everywhere. She wrote that episode, and she wrote that episode based off of a coworker who opened up to her about her own life, and then went and this girl had not told anyone else this story about her. She went and told her story, and it became this huge story. And if you watch the episode, she's the one like walking the woman down as like a nurse, and she's just such a piece of shit.
So Anatomy of Lies is her story, right?
Yes.
Right. So this is how we reward bad behavior. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm here for it.
Oh, wait. She's the woman's being she's like the main person?
She's not in the documentary at all, but everyone's talking about her. And then she did go on, like after she was caught, she did go and do like a couple of interviews and stuff where she was like, well, you know, sometimes we just do some crazy stuff, which
And how'd she
She'll
look?
be on.
How'd
She'll
she
be on
look in the
Dancing with the
episodes?
Stars.
terrible. She
Yeah.
looks absolutely terrible. But I will.
Justin is offended by us mocking the way people look when he.
No, I don't care.
What about JoJo Siwa?
Oh,
Well,
you do a great JoJo
I
Siwa.
mean, if JoJo Siwa is a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We can
But
bash
I
her.
feel I have questions. I'm like, is this woman going to be on Dancing with the Stars
Probably.
like Anna Delvey?
Probably.
What is Shonda doing about this? Is Shonda involved in this?
I think Shonda
Like, hey,
should
this
just turn this
woman-
into a new Shondaland series.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, I'd be like, hey, like, there's a documentary about you being crazy on the show that I have successfully had for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Or could these people just end up like on a Celebrity Big Brother? Or could there be a franchise where it's just people like Anna Delvey, this woman,
Big Brother,
Dixie Rose.
pieces of shit edition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Brother villains edition.
I do want to
Yeah,
come clean
something
though,
like that.
because I don't want this story to get out there like Elizabeth Finch. I have faked many injuries in my life for the attention. And I just want to be clear. Like, I've worn a knee brace that I didn't need. I've worn a foot boot that I didn't need. I just need to come clean. I don't want people
Why?
Why?
because I just wanted people to pay attention to me.
When was this?
Like when I was young, you know, like elementary school,
Oh.
So
middle
it
school.
started early. The mental health issues started.
Oh, very early.
like
Okay.
childhood sociopath
Exactly.
issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
See,
I'm getting out
I
in front
wish
of the
I had
story.
the courage to do that. I guess I just have a good conscience because I'm just like, that would make me feel bad. But I wish I could get in like a wheelchair and like be like, go to Disneyland and be like, I just want to ride the Jungle Cruise before I die. You know, like I could never. Could never.
No.
Oh,
No, it would eat me
Good
up.
to know.
It would eat me up. Ugh. I guess I have morals, guys. Sorry.
I don't think Ace is so full of shit because he wouldn't do anything like that either.
no, I wouldn't go that far. But like when I was young and I was like bullied the shit out of, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear a boot, and people are gonna be. And here's the thing: it
that's
didn't work.
self-protective.
It didn't work. No one gave a shit. They were just like, oh, I'm gonna go fucking push him down with his boot on. Like it was.
Yeah.
Really?
But you never had to take like vomit breaks.
Yeah,
My
true.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
Yeah, that is true.
That's
Yeah.
next level
Yeah.
insane.
Justin, are you a Teen Mom fan?
I am a teen mom.
Okay.
Oh, fan? No, I am not a teen mom fan. How is this show still on? These women are like 30 now.
Well, that's how we like it. We love a show that doesn't quit. You know, it's like sometimes you got to take the dog
Okay.
out back and shoot it, but I love when we don't. That's like Sister Wives, you know? This show should have been
Yeah.
ended after season 2, but we're still going. So,
Are they just getting new teens?
no, it's actually we've gone back and we've gotten all of like the OGs and we've brought them together. And it's pretty terrible. But Jenelle Evans, I mean, you know who Jenelle is. She's the one who was trying to go to the Kesha concert. She had feathers in her hair and she's smoking weed with Kifa. She's just,
Oh, the struggle's real.
yeah, she's a piece of shit. Like, she's honestly the
Yeah.
worst. Well, she decided she has many kids, all of which she probably has no custody of. She has this one
Yeah.
son. His name's Kaiser, which, that's a story all on its own. Why would you name your kid Kaiser? She took him to go live with his great grandma in Tennessee and then didn't tell him until they got there, hey, just so you know, you're actually going to live with grandma. I'm going to peace out and go back to Vegas with my manager boyfriend, and she's going to raise you. Peace out. Well, then all of her fans and people came for her and were shitting on her. So she immediately goes back to Tennessee, picks Kaiser up and brings him back home. She was like, okay, I didn't actually abandon him. It was just a joke. I was doing this for just a quick break from Kaiser. But I mean, I think many a times if my parents were given the opportunity to abandon me, they would have. But I mean, to fully go through with it, I think she is guilty of being one of the worst mothers that we've ever seen on television. And I would put her above Patsy Ramsey.
Really?
Yeah.
I just applaud her Sky Miles. That's really good.
It's a lot of work to go
Yeah,
back and forth.
That's
You
crazy.
know,
So dropped the kids off in Tennessee, then got shit for it, then was like, JK, going to get him now.
Yep.
Leave me alone. And how old is this kid?
Probably like 8.
So like named after Kaiser Sozek? Is that what's happening? Is
Probably
or a
he's
that
like a
like
Kaiser
little.
roll.
He's like, well, probably Kaiser roll because he's a little meatball, and he looks
Oh,
just
he
like
is.
his dad. And she said, "Oh, I wanted him to go there so he could get to know his dad's family, but his dad is actually locked up in prison in Vegas.
What?
So he's not going to go see his
No.
dad. It's like this is all bullshit. She's had so many kids taken from her and then given back, and then
Ugh.
her son is being raised by her mom. It's all a mess." But it is great television if you have no moral compass in life.
That's awful. So this kid's 8. She's like, "Oh, did you have a good vacation with grandma?" And then like never came back.
Yeah.
And
Here's
then was like,
here's $20.
"Okay."
Have fun. Get
Now,
out of
do
here.
you think these people
Wow.
that are having so many kids are getting like government help for them?
Yes,
I
for
don't
sure.
I don't know if she could qualify. I mean, she's got the show. She makes lots of money.
But how
Oh,
much are they
yeah.
making on that show?
On MTV,
Probably
Like
at least
$2,500 an episode?
if that.
She's getting food stamp. She's getting food stamp.
wow.
I mean, look, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, these people, she probably doesn't spend a lot of money on things, her appearance. She's not shopping at high-end stores.
We need to stop with like the baby kid shows. Like I feel like that was like really big in the early aughts. Where it's like we had Teen Mom, Octomom, Kate plus 8, all that kind of stuff. And then you like realize the psychological and emotional damage these shows cause.
right.
But yet here we are still with Teen Mom, like still like running things like we're fine. Like we need to stop having these like
But Ace
children
lives
shows.
off that. Ace
I love a
likes,
show with a lack of self-awareness. I gotta say.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I get it, but it's like no, like she's not like in the store and someone's running up to her being like, "Oh my god, I love you" on Teen Mom. Like,
Yeah,
no
no.
one's saying that.
No. That
You
is
know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
Like,
good point. Good point. Solid point.
I don't know. There are some people that are just seeking out the scent of people who have given up. You know what I mean? They like that because it makes them feel good about their own lives. I am one of those
Mhm.
people. I
Yeah.
doom scroll every day on Instagram and I'm like, oh, wow, this is really bad. Like, you look in the mirror sometimes and you think like, oh, I don't like my thighs. But then there's people that are just putting it all out there and like dancing and jiggling. And it's like, I need that. That helps my self-esteem. And I thank them for
Mhm.
that. I think it's a social service. So I think a lot of these shows help people more than they hurt them.
I think
You know?
these shows help me because it makes me feel so much better about my own life. Like I'm just like, oh God,
There it
I
is.
have it together.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's why I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime my wife and I
Yeah.
are driving through like a really shitty like little town, I always say, I'm like, this is where the casting for 16 and Pregnant, like this is where they would love to be right now. Like this is where it's at.
I find her not guilty. I'm going to tell you, I find her not guilty because, we don't want her to do the right thing. We want her to put her foot in it, make mistakes. It's just, again, it all makes us feel better. Oh, like I would never do that. I'm a better parent,
That's true.
Like sometimes you
Mhm.
think you fucked up. I once threw orange juice at my daughter's face because she had her American Girl doll and kept brushing her hair because she was taking her to show and tell. And I'm like, you got to go now. And then it's like, I threw the orange juice at her face and for good measure, I threw her sister's orange juice at the face of the American Girl doll. And I'm like, now her hair's all fucked up. What are you going to do now?
Now we're even. Yeah.
I'm still better than Teen Mom.
You were training her
You
for
know?
Real Housewives. Like you were like, oh, I'm gonna throw this drink right in your face, bitch. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Justin,
You were
guilty,
training her
not
for the
guilty?
Mother's Day brunch, Anna.
By the way, she's 32 now, and she still, to this day, talks about the orange juice. And she said, I just, it was just a Dr. Phil moment, like that she still needs to have a conversation with somebody about this. And I think she actually has been in therapy for a long time. And I thought it was just because she's like the typical over-therapized person in LA. But I honestly think that
You
I
contributed.
may have fucked her up. I
Well,
may
yeah,
have.
I think orange juice to the face is definitely
Yeah.
some sort of a therapeutic
It
moment.
yeah. I mean,
It's acidic. It probably
especially, like,
burns your
she
eyes.
kept brushing the hair and brushing the hair like a crazy OCD person, and I'm like, "I can't have a crazy OCD daughter." You
So
know?
you
This
know what
Mhm.
can't
I'm gonna
happen.
do? I'm gonna fuck with her mental health in a different way,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
Let me tell
Teach
break
them
the
you.
early.
OCD out of you, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we have to
and
do.
now her whole personality is that she has mommy issues. Like, that's her personality. She has a new podcast. She works with React Media. Have you ever been on React Media, Justin? I think you'd be so great on it. It's
I
like a
don't know.
big YouTube channel.
Okay.
Anyway, and it's called Sound Advice, and people come call in and ask her for advice. Oh
Oh,
my
yes.
god. And it's all like, you need to, do you feel vulnerable? Do you feel seen? Do you feel like that whole LA shit? I can't deal with it. So, you know what? I wish I had thrown
I am sick
the
of
orange.
people fixing
Yeah,
their mental health problems. Fuck them.
yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah,
really
yeah.
an issue in this country.
So,
Anna,
okay. So
before
I
you
say
get
not guilty
yourself
to Teen Mom.
canceled, okay, not
Yeah.
guilty. Anna, before you
Not
get yourself
guilty to Teen
canceled,
Mom.
what
Yeah.
story are you bringing to the table?
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about something that is in my wheelhouse because it's Real Housewives of Miami, and apparently I can't let go that I was once 20,000 years ago on Real Housewives of Miami, and last season where they cut off everything I said. But do you know that Nicole, you're Nicole, you love
Yes,
Nicole
Dr.
Martin,
Nicole.
left the show. Right,
Yes.
Dr.
Mhm.
Nicole. And Nicole very honestly said that she was dealing with postpartum anxiety, which is a real thing. And I am
Mhm.
not saying that she didn't, but concurrent with that, these motherfucker producers, and I can say that about them because that's what they are, have brought in Anthony's ex girlfriend,
Mhm.
okay, who is married to a very, very wealthy man, 26 years her senior, who I know well because they were in the real estate business in Miami. And they have the planes, and she has the 50,000 Birkins, and she has everything else. And she's almost a carbon copy of Nicole. Like, definitely Anthony has a type. So, do you think is this why she left the show? Because of this woman?
Oh, so they
Um,
were bringing her on before Dr. Nicole said she wasn't coming back.
yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought it was they brought her on
Oh.
after she said
No,
it.
no,
Ooh.
no. I know this from like somebody on the inside.
And what are they
So Robin
saying?
So
is the one.
they're saying that Marisol and Alexia brought her in, and because let me tell you that nobody rubbed those, you know, whatever. I'm not going to bash them verbally. Those old hags who are
Brujas.
my same age,
Yeah.
actually maybe a year or two younger, uh, they were so jealous of Dr. Nicole, so jealous that they brought this girl might just give them ratings. She is something else. She is the
Well, that's what
one.
they want, right?
Yeah, yeah. But so is Nicole, did she do the right thing? I'm not
Yes.
even going to address whether or not she really has postpartum anxiety because those things are not mutually exclusive. She could have had that, and then this is the straw that broke the camel's back. But
Well,
should she
Nicole
have gone in
actually
there?
she's pregnant with the second one, right?
She
No, she
had
already
the
had
second
it.
one.
She did have it, right. Okay. So yeah, like let her. But did she know that she was not coming back to the show, or was it like a surprise? I can't
No,
remember
she
if it was
wanted
like,
to. No, no, no. She was coming back to the show. She was always
uh-huh.
coming back to the show. She's the fan favorite. Everybody
Yeah.
loves Nicole. She decided at the last minute, after contracts were everything out, that she had this postpartum anxiety. And I'm not saying she doesn't have it. I have a daughter that's postpartum right now, and not that she has that, but like I had it. Um,
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. So again, these things aren't mutually exclusive, but I think, did that play a role in her leaving the show? Which by all accounts, I hear, yes, she thought it was
Mhm.
obnoxious, an obnoxious thing to do. It wasn't
Yeah.
necessary.
Well, what's the
And
situation with her and Anthony's breakup? Like, was it bad? Is she got bad?
breakup.
Like, well, no, with the ex-girlfriend. Like, what?
Oh, I don't know the details. I don't know. I
Because if
didn't
they
even
had
know.
a great breakup,
I know
then
her.
what does it matter? You know, like if they were just like, oh, let's just go our
Right.
separate ways, then
Right.
it doesn't matter. But if she's going to come on and be like, oh, actually, this XYZ about your husband, I guess that's a different
Oh, of
story.
course she's going to say that.
But
So it's
also,
funny because
I have to say, Real Housewives of Orange County, this was supposed to be Shannon's takedown season. Like all of America was supposed to turn on Shannon. We were all going to shit on her. And because of the way that Tamara treated her, everyone's lifting Shannon up. We're like, get another Belvedere
Yeah.
soda, bitch. You deserve it.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
So I think Nicole, I mean, if that's why she left, you could have come out looking even better.
I think it's great for her to be like, you know what, I'm not doing this. She's like, I have 2 kids. I'm not going to be this whole like, oh, here's my ex or my husband's ex-girlfriend. Like now she's in it and I got to be friends with her and deal with the drama. He said, she said, like, I think she's like, you know what? We're good. We've got a good family. We've got a good
Yes.
house. Like, bye.
Yes.
I've done it.
Yes.
Like, there's no way to grow from this. Like, you can't grow in chaos. And that's what the show is.
I agree. I know Ace is not going to agree because he loves the chaos, but I
Yeah.
like that she said,
love
you know
it.
what, purveyors of pop, there is some shit I
Mhm.
will not eat, you know?
Yeah.
And I respect her for that. I respect her
too.
for that. I really do. Why? She has a perfect
Same.
life. She has a perfect
Yeah.
life. She has 2 beautiful, healthy kids, a good relationship, you know, a beautiful home, private planes, yachts. What the fuck? What does she need that for? She doesn't.
Focus on your family. You
Yeah.
don't need to bring in some new bitch, some ex side piece to stir things up. She's like, no, I've got the man, I've got the family, I've got the kids. I don't need these, chaotic women like stirring shit up just to make good television. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
not
like,
guilty.
who's even wanting to watch that shit? It's just like, ugh, women screaming at each other. Stupid. I hate that.
that's really all it is. That's all these shows are now. It's just women fighting, and like
I
it's
hate
so.
That's his lullaby.
It's so.
That's his lullaby. That's the shit
Yeah.
he loves.
Oh,
It's the shit
Like
he
every
loves.
day, I remember like Housewives when they went to dinner. I mean, it was like the early days. Like I want to even say like before Jersey. I mean, the old days where they would have a dinner. Now people go out in public, and I'm like I feel so bad for the people around them just trying to like have a nice meal, like out with their significant others or like work, teammates or whatever. And these women are just throwing glasses and like, yeah, pointing and it's just, it's so embarrassing. And you see the staff like in the back, like just let
I know.
them
It's
kill each
mortifying.
other.
I've never
really is.
worked as a waiter, but I would 100%. Like, if I knew that Housewives were going to film somewhere, I would immediately apply for a job. In a
Absolutely.
heartbeat. I'd be,
Because you want to see what it's like in the wild. You know?
Because I've seen
It's
so
like
stupid,
safari.
guys.
You're on safari.
I've seen
Yeah.
Sister Wives in the wild, and it's, I mean, nothing. It's all stupid. So it's not the same. I want to see Housewives in the wild. All right, we have one more story to cover before we go. And this one is actually very funny. So Jim Bellino, ex-husband of Alexis Bellino, Real Housewives of Orange County, he was spotted recently out to dinner with ex-Real Housewives of Orange County, Elizabeth Vargas. And all these rumors came out like Jim and Elizabeth are dating and blah, 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 blah. Well, it's now come out that they are not dating. He has said none of this is true. And he actually said that he thought he was meeting the other Elizabeth Vargas, the one from like the news and Dateline. And and I hate when I get my Elizabeth Vargases mixed up. There's nothing worse.
Oh my God. But I've seen pictures and they looked really like kind of happy. And by the way, Jim Bellino, I know that all we've done and all I've done specifically is bash people's appearances as if I'm perfect, but she looks really good and him not so much.
Well, you better be careful. He's probably going to sue you.
Oh,
wait.
God. I mean, empirically, he's got a big fat belly and he doesn't look as good as she does. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and they looked so happy there. And why would the real Elizabeth Vargas, want to date Jim Bellino?
Well, I think that lack of self-awareness is key for these shows. And so I think
It is.
he's
It
probably
really
like,
is.
she probably wants to talk to
it
me
is Orange
about
County.
Sky
Yeah.
Zone. Elizabeth Vargas is covering a story on Sky Zone, and we're going to meet up and talk about it. That's probably what he thought.
What is Sky Zone? Is that the thing?
The indoor trampoline place. That's the
okay.
business
I
he
thought
owns.
it was the thing because I've never admitted this, but I think I have to say this. The other day, I did a very deep dive on Teddy Mellencamp's husband.
Oh, okay.
And I've decided that he's kind of like a universal snack.
Why?
Like
Who he is?
I find him cute.
Ew.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't it weird?
Why?
Him and Eddie, they did like Ed and Eddie, some stupid podcast.
The two Eds.
Yeah, that got canceled. I mean, thank God.
Oh, it got canceled?
I'm pretty sure. Who's listening to that
Really?
bullshit? But I mean, okay, you want to fuck Edwin? That's fine.
I did not.
That's fine.
Justin, did I say that?
No, you didn't. I didn't hear
I
that
did
at
not
all.
Justin,
say that.
I need you to settle this for me. Like,
Okay.
Edwin, he's single, he's gay, he's at the club, whatever. You're single. Fuck your fiance. Get him out of the picture. Is he someone that you would go after?
Edwin Mellencamp?
Yeah, which is not his name, but yeah, 100% Edwin Mellencamp.
Edwin Mellencamp. No.
Would you rather go
I don't
after
know
like
what
Jim
it is.
Bellino?
No, I mean, I might like have like $1. Like if he was like a go-go
Yeah.
dancer, maybe I'd give $1 and be like, "You're doing
Yeah,
great,"
thank you.
But like,
Yeah.
no, not on my
Look,
radar.
I don't know why I started looking because I found out he was Hispanic, like he was Latino, right? He's
Mhm.
Colombian, and then I'm like, how weird? How did these two people meet? And then you start going deeper and deeper into this kind of just
What did any of
social
this have to
media-
do with Sky Zone?
because he owns something called Sky something,
He owns
and so that's why I was
is
asking.
it a security firm that
I don't know. It's something about I don't know exactly what the business is, but apparently it does well. And then he speaks at these events, and he sounds like the Latino Tony Robbins. And there's something about his self-confidence. Yeah. And I thought, yeah, he's cute.
Oh,
I said it.
interesting.
It's super random, I know,
Well,
but I just thought I had to share.
I'm glad that you shared that with us, even if you are wrong. It's not an attractive man. He's like a mousy kind of looking man, but
I don't know. Anna's got a kink. She's putting the kink in Quincoces, It's like,
the kink and Quincoces.
let
I
it
love
go.
that. It's okay.
oh my God.
Be his trad wife in a minute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Justin, thank you so much
Yes.
for being here. We have loved having you.
you
Thank
guys.
you for, spending this week with us. We've loved getting to know you more and getting to see
And
that.
please come back.
Please come
because
back.
we love you.
Please.
I will. Yes, for sure.
Hopefully you had fun. Obviously, when he doesn't return any of our emails asking him to come back, we will know that he did not have fun.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
know.
gosh, stop it.
And
you guys.
I'll stalk the fiance because he's so cute and he seems
Yeah,
really
stalk.
nice.
He's no Eddie, but he's close. Yeah,
Oh, he's cute. He's got great hair too.
he does.
Justin,
Yep.
He has great hair too.
they can listen to you on the Just Saying podcast. How often do you release episodes?
We do right now once a week.
Okay.
But yeah, it's available wherever you get your podcast, and it's available on YouTube at 5 a.m. on Wednesdays. 5 a.m. on Wednesdays Pacific Standard
Oh,
Time.
shit. Get
So,
up
yeah.
early and
We've got some really good guests coming up. We've got like Jim Jeffries coming on, Caroline Goldfarb. We've got a whole like slew of people coming up, which
you
is
have
really
great
really
guests.
exciting.
It's fun. I listen to it. I love it.
Yeah,
and
It's a great
I'm
show.
excited. It's fun.
you can find him on all socials at Justin Martindale.
Mhm.
You can find his OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/Justin Martindale.
Ugh,
69.
I wish
Ugh.
in an alternate universe. Yes.
Yes. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Anna, for being here. Thank you, me, for being here. And thank you once again to Beyonce. We love
Yes,
you and
thank
we
you, Beyonce.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, go and leave us a 5-star review because there's probably a lot of people out there who are going to start leaving us really bad reviews due to an unfortunate situation, but we're not going to talk about it. So thank you
We're not
all
gonna
for
talk
being
about
here.
creative differences.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Love you
See
guys.
y'all later.